All right, all right. This is Adelai Brown, your heart coach, and we're getting ready to go live right here on my internet radio show, Kinetic High Five and Heart Connections, kinetichighfive.com. All right, all right, all right. It is 10:32, and you are tuned into Heart Connections with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, on your community station with international inspiration, kinetichighfive.com. Good morning. It is Wealthy Wednesday. Wealthy Wednesday. It's Wisdom Wednesday, and we're talking about wealth today. Excuse me if my voice is a little raspy. I guess it's the environment. I don't know what's going on, but thankful to be here. Thankful to be alive with you guys. It's time for Heart Talk. This is the talk portion of our show. This is where we come to renew our minds and restore our hearts. And I feel like today we're still raising awareness about lupus. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that affects the tissues throughout the body. And in many individuals, it affects women a lot more than men, but men can have lupus. And it is a very debilitating illness at times. And I know because my mom has been in remission. Thank God, praise God. She had was diagnosed back in 1980, and I thank God for her healing. And I have friends who have been dealing with and overcoming the disease as well. And I'll be talking with one today. My girl Nigel Madison will be on at 12:30, so make sure you guys stick around and set your alarms for that. I want to just remind you, this segment of Heart Talk is brought to you by the new book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart. And if you're watching me live on YouTube, you can see the book. It's in my hand. I am not just making this up. There is a real book that is coming out, and this last round of adjustments and editing, and we'll be you'll be able to get your copy in the mail. So everyone who has pre-ordered, I want to thank you. And if you have not yet pre-ordered, I want to encourage you to go ahead and do that at theheartconnections.com, and you will be receiving. I plan to be sending them out. My goal is to send them out before the end of May. Before the end of May, my date, May 21st, got pushed back some, but I just want it out before the end of May. And but we'll just see how it goes. It's life, but it's here. It's in real life. It's right here. And it really ties into, the talk today as I talk about wealth and what wealth is and what wealth is not. And we use the quote of today from Bob Marley, and it's one of those things where we have to realize that there is, Bob Marley says, the greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but it's in his integrity and ability to affect those around him positively. So I want to use that. And as we do Heart Talks today, I'm going to pull from different quotes and different ideas about wealth, because one of the things that God has really been showing me is that we have a very distorted view in how we view wealth, how we view strength, how we view success, understanding that it is different for each and every one of us successes. And so is how we view wealth. And when I looked at some of the quotes that people said about wealth, and I think about just reading in my Bible and gaining wisdom, I realized that wisdom is wealth. Wealth is an abundance of valuable possessions or money. An abundance of valuable possessions or money. The state of being rich, material prosperity. Another one, plentiful supplies of a particular resource. A plentiful supply of a particular desirable thing. That's wealth. Bob Marley said it's not in how much wealth he acquires, the physical material things, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. How much do you value integrity? How much do you value integrity? And if you like to watch me live on YouTube, you can go to my YouTube channel, The Heart Connections. The Heart Connections, you will see our connection symbol as our picture. You can also go to the link bit.ly/heart connections, and you can catch me live. But how much do you value integrity? I was always taught that integrity is doing the right thing when no one is looking. And one of the things I realized as we as we grow in life and get better. Yesterday, I was talking about relationships, and I feel like a lot of relationships are struggling because people have a misunderstanding of what wealth is. So when we think about integrity, which is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, those are one of the pillars that we need in order to live our lives where we have successful relationships with others, but having a successful relationship with ourselves. We need to be able to stand on things and hold ourselves accountable. We need to know, we need to have guidelines that show us when we're drifting off, if we're going too far to the left or going too far to the right. We need to have integrous things in place around us to help keep us on track. We, in this culture and this society, place too much value on material things. We place too much value on cars and houses and clothes and shoes and status. What people think about you. It doesn't have to be the truth about you, but just what I can convince people to think about me. And that is that is why I know we are experiencing so much depression, and we're experiencing so much anxiety, frustration. We see so many mass killings and shootings, and there's so much unrest. People cannot get along with themselves. They cannot get along with others. And a lot of it is because people are unhappy and because they don't know where their treasure really lies. When we look at the definition of wealth, wealth, it says it's an abundance of a valuable possession, of valuable possessions or money. Another one is a state of being rich, and then in material prosperity. And then it says plentiful supplies of a particular resource. What I have found in my own personal life to be true is the quote that I said from Bob Marley. The resource that the plentiful resource that's a desirable thing that has brought me wealth has been wisdom, has been the welcoming and the receiving of the Holy Spirit of God that has rested in areas of my life that I never thought could have rest, that has given me peace and an enlightenment that I never thought I would come out of the dark in. That is what I consider wealth. And because of that wealth that God has been pouring on me, after years of pouring it into me, he wanted me to start to share it with others. And I feel like that's where the inspirational text messages came from that I started sending out back in 2006. And then the text messages morphed into Heart Talk and a manuscript that produced my first book, which is Anchored, Be Blessed Daily, Volume 1. You can see that here on, if you're looking at me on YouTube. And it's amazing for me to be able to, I'm sitting here at the desk doing the live, doing the show, and I'm looking at two of my books. I just got the proof in, and I didn't realize I'm looking at my other book, and I'm thinking that that's the wealth that God was showing me that I had. And I was trying to get wealth from the exterior things. I thought I needed to buy the house or get this car or get this degree. For me, it was get that degree. That was what was going to make me wealthy. Get that degree. And I got my associate's degree, but it was getting my advanced degree to become a nurse practitioner. And but see, what God had to show me was I had placed too much value in the title, in the position, in the status, and not in the wealth of wisdom and love and fulfillment that would come from it. And it's something we need to think about because many of us have goals and dreams that we are working towards, and it's all vanity. It's all it's not wealth. It is. Let me give you the definition of vanity. It's all vain. It's like ashes blowing in the wind. It's once the wind starts blowing, it's like, do they even exist anymore? Vanity is excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievement. And see, many of us see wealth. We see wealth, and we want wealth, but we want it for vain reasons. We want it to please our vanities, which is the excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or one's own achievements. And then the second definition of vanity says the quality of being worthless or futile. And you don't want to be that. We have to know where our wealth lies. Our wealth lies in our essence and who we are. Who we are lies in, like, why were we created, in our God and our Savior. That's why my relationship with Jesus has done such a work in me, because it has shown me true wealth. I had a very topical relationship with him. That's when I had all of those earthly pursuits. And don't get me wrong, I still want my nice house. I'm thankful for my nice house. I'm thankful for my nice car. I'm thankful for all of those things. But I've now realized that that's not what makes me wealthy. That's not what makes me successful. What makes me wealthy is my willingness to share love and to positively affect those around me. Like Bob Marley said, what makes me wealthy is my desire to seek God and to be better from within, so that I can give and receive love on a higher level. That is where my wealth is, not in the fact that I have on name brand shoes and clothes. There's nothing wrong with that, but that shouldn't be where I find my value. That shouldn't be where I find my worth. And that's what it is for a lot of people. And for you, it might not be your shoes or clothes. It could be the relationships that you have, your marriage, your friendships, where you work. It could be your beauty, just how you look. But the reasoning behind it is wrong. See, God focuses on our heart, guys. He's always looking at our heart. What's the heart behind it? I see what you're doing, but why did you do it? I see the behavior, but what's causing the behavior? God is always concerned with the cause of it, the heart of it, the core of it. And then you don't have to believe me. You can read it for yourself. So I want to encourage you right now to really think about, what is your definition of wealth, and consider redefining it. You think about it. This has been Heart Talk with your heart coach, Adelai Brown. Make sure you pre-order your copy of Help Save Me from My Broken Heart. It's almost here, guys, at theheartconnections.com. When I think about wealth and what it really is, a lot of times we just need to get back to life. Let's let Soul to Soul help us with that. We'll be back with more shortly. Stick around. Kai high five. All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. This video and kinetichifi.com and Heart Connections.